So I am worried about Lexi Hall. I'm going to be honest. I am worried about this current injury because she's missed the entire preseason. And it's one of those things where it's like it's quote unquote hamstring tightness. Hamstring tightness lasting 12 days is not normal. Like, that is not normal. It isn't. And I understand if like if you don't want to overplay her, but like maybe you want to get her some reps before the season starts, and if she's hurt, don't play her. But it just sounds like Caitlin Clark bullshit all over again. This is, oh, there's a little bit of quad tightness. She had absolutely at minimum a grade 1 quad strain. She couldn't really move. At minimum, it was a grade 1 quad strain. At minimum, to start what she was playing with in preseason. Like, we've seen the Fever flat out lie about injuries. Like, whatever we want to say about the medical team, there's a difference between the medical team and what this team is willing to report. This team has flat out lied about injuries. And I am a bit worried for a player who relies on sprinting. Hamstring problems are not easy. They are not easy at all. Like, it's not easy to deal with hamstring problems. And she's missed the entirety of preseason. Like, she will have played no ball between Unrivaled coming into the season. No preseason games. I don't even count Unrivaled as real basketball, for being real. Gonna be honest. Like, it's one of those things where I don't know how much I trust the Indiana Fever organization. And I am worried. Because with the amount of money Lexi Hall's being paid, the Indiana Fever have to get something out of that. Like, I'm not going to say that Lexi Hall is not deserving of her money, because I mean this. There are teams that I can guarantee are willing to pay Lexi Hall more money than the Fever. You are, as a player, you are worth whatever a team is willing to pay you, by the way. But for a champ, she is one of the in terms of dollar value, UFAs. Like, she is one of the worst value per dollar players on a contending team. No question about it. I think Naz Hillman at 800k, maybe more, but she's a harder archetype to find than Lexi Hall. And look, I'm worried for Lexi Hall's spot in the rotation coming into the year. The one thing with Lexi Hall, at least, is that she's going to stay ready. We saw that in 2024. Dog Wallace and Katie Lou were ahead of her in the pecking order, and she was getting DNPs from Christy sides. Like, it was madness. It was absolute madness. She was coming on and she was impacting the game, and that's the one thing is, like, whether Lexi Hall plays 5 minutes or whether she plays 35 minutes, she's going to dive on loose balls. She's going to try take charges. She's going to give her 100% effort. And then for her individually, a lot of her minutes are going to be taken up by Raven Johnson. Like, I've said this again, if the two of them lift their hands up, if Raven Johnson and Lexi Hall both lift their hands up, my assumption is that there's maybe a 1 inch difference in how high they can reach. Lexi's 3 inches taller. My assumption is that Raven Johnson's wingspan, people are saying it's 6'2", and she's 5'9". I think it's longer than 6'2", I'm not going to lie. I think it's a bigger than 6'2" wingspan. Like, she looks like Michaela Timpson has a +8 wingspan, and she looks like she's got similar height to wingspan proportions. She looks like she's got a +6, +8 inches wingspan minimum. Minimum, she has +6. It could be up to +8. So it's one of those things when it comes to Lexi where she might, like, even if she's ready to go game 1, I don't know if you put her in the game before Raven Johnson. Like, we all know what the starting five is going to be. It's going to be Aaliyah Boston. It's going to be Mo Billings. Heck, fuck it. If Mo Billings stinks it up, start Maisha Hines-Allen. Maisha Hines-Allen's a roulette wheel. I get it. She is a roulette wheel. As in, on a possession by possession basis, you don't have a fucking clue what Maisha Hines-Allen's going to do. But she gets boards, she's tough, and like, you saw some of the passes that she made. She made some ridiculous passes, but she can pass. She can really pass. I have to give credit where credit's due. She can really pass. You can tell that she doesn't really know yet how to play with Caitlin. Like, some of the time, she's kind of like, if you watched last year, she kind of looked off Paige to dribble the ball out a lot for Dallas. Whereas this year, it's kind of a situation where she's making sure she gets the ball to Caitlin. She's like, what you call it, like, deliberately, like, not. She's being deliberate about it. Where anytime she thinks, oh shit, I'm dribbling the ball to the floor, she's like, oh no, I'm not meant to be doing that. Give the ball to Caitlin. But yeah, it's going to be a real tough one because the starting five set, and based on preseason, I don't see how you can justify. I understand Lexi was good last year. I don't see how you can justify Lexi being first off the bench game one. I don't see how you can justify Lexi over Raven. I just don't. I don't. And with the way the positions are with Kelsey, Mitchell and Caitlin, second off the bench is probably Maisha Hines-Allen. And suddenly then, the fourth highest player on your team is your eighth man. And it then gets a situation, it's like, how bad is this contract really? How bad does it look? What are the Fever going to do if the Fever start winning and she is down the rotation? It's like, do the Indiana Fever look to say, you know what, fuck it. We might look to move off her. I don't think they do. I don't think the Indiana Fever trade anyone who took a hometown discount, by the way. I don't think they do. Like, I know I say, and I was like, oh yeah, Ty Harris in the Cameron Brink trade. Like, I don't think they trade Ty Harris purely because this is an organization that is based on loyalty, based on geographic location. If you are from Indiana, you will probably play on this team, unless your name is Grace Berger, who, by the way, like, can people, like, what the fuck is up with Dallas Wings fans' obsession with hating her? Like, she was objectively fine yesterday. Like, she is a completely serviceable backup point guard. No, like, the Grace Berger's the GOAT jokes came realistically from everyone was wondering, oh, who's Caitlin Clark's backup going to be? And I spent that whole season watching her in Turkey, and I'm like, man, I think she might actually be the perfect. I think the best backup for Caitlin's already there. We don't need to worry about that. I think the best backup for Caitlin's already at the Fever, and obviously, she's in Dallas. I think she makes that roster over Lindsay. Like, she's so much better than Lindsay Allen. As a backup point guard, suits that role better than Odyssey. It's a weird one, but for Lexi, I'm worried in two ways. I'm worried that this injury is worse than it's being led on, because 12 days out of action for hamstring tightness, especially when, I'm going to be real, if you are Lexi, on a personal level, every player wants as many minutes as possible. Not only has she, by default, by the looks of things, lost out the starting battle to Sophie Cunningham, I think it's a hard one to justify putting her on the floor before Raven Johnson at this point in time because of what Raven Johnson showed in preseason. And it's one of those things on a personal level, if she can play at all, she should be doing something. Like, even just to get some reps in. And she's coming into the season cold when the Indiana Fever, of all teams, nobody's start matters more than the Fever. The Indiana Fever, in their first, I think it's in their first 10 games, they play, I think there's the Mystics twice, the Portland Fire twice. They literally play on the Sun twice. It's something stupid like that. They basically play all the teams expected to be down the bottom in the first 10 games. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. See you guys.